Jeff Nash. I'm the Director of Materials Development at the North Face. Being part of the materials group, we travel a lot, mostly in Asia and a lot in Taiwan. This is already my 4th trip here in 6 months. bluesign has been really crucial for us on our path to sustainability. The two different ways that we look at water is really the quantity that's used and also then how any of the wastewater is treated. Whenever water can be reduced in the dye process or in the finishing process, there's tremendous amounts of energy that are reduced as well that are used to heat up that water. High water usage is recognized to be a major impact of the dyeing process for fabrics. So we're working with our material suppliers, our fabric mills, to reduce the amount of water that they use in the dyeing process. A few good examples is that using new dye equipment that uses less water per kilogram of textile produced. For example, old technology was using maybe 20 liters of water for every kilogram of textile that we produce from the dye process. And best available technology today is only using about 2 liters per kilogram of textile. One of the things we work with bluesign is to ensure that the mills have a little bit of control on and reduction in water, and this is one of those critical areas. Really simple things they can do. One of these, as you see here, is a flow meter. They've been able to measure, control the amount of water that's used in this piece of equipment.
Since 2010, we have saved 56 million gallons of water. That's equivalent to the daily household water use for the entire city of Las Vegas.
Looking at the coating process for one of our key materials, it's probably one of our larger volume fabrics that we run. It's waterproof breathable high vent. It takes a little bit of chemistry to make that durable, waterproof breathable coating. But what we're seeing is how they're managing some of the solvents that are used to make that performance coating.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I was using this coat 2 weeks ago in Nepal, up in freezing, windy, cold conditions. Yeah. And now here we are, seeing how this coating is prepared to make high vent.
And outside you see right now is the water and solvent recycling program that's happening. This truck is actually picking up and recovering the solvent that's captured during our coating process. So this truck's equipped with a GPS tracking device that's monitored by the Taiwanese government. And the great thing is it's not only tracking what's coming out from the coating facility, but it's also tracking where it's being dropped off to, so we ensure that it's being recycled properly. One of the biggest concerns we have with sustainability is managing that water coming from the dye tanks. It has maybe some residual chemicals or residual sediment and pigments in it.
This is the water from the dye house. It's tested twice, once from the company every day and 4 times per year from the government.
Water comes out and goes through a multi-step process before it's cleaned up to leave the facility. All that sediment is collected and is pulled aside and is able to be used as a fuel source in some industries like the cement industry that burns at really high temperatures. Now this is what water looks like coming out of the pipe after the dye machines, and obviously there's some extra pigments and some things that weren't used up in the dye process. But once it goes through the full system here, through the water treatment facility, this is what comes out at the back end. So working with bluesign in our mills helps us ensure that the wastewater quality is at least as strict as any government global requirement, and in many cases it's stricter. It's been really exciting the past couple of years to work close with all of our suppliers, clean up the wastewater as best as possible and make a meaningful environmental impact.